Samuel J. Crumbine was a pioneer in public health who campaigned against the common drinking cup, the common towel, and spitting in public in order to prevent the spread of tuberculosis and other germs. Crumbine was born at Emlenton, Pennsylvania on Sept. 17, 1862, the son of Samuel D.Crumbine and Sarah Crumbine, both natives of Pennsylvania. His mother was of German and English descent. His father, who was of German descent and a mechanic, served in the Union Army during the American Civil War as a member of the 103rd Pennsylvania Infantry. Being first sergeant of Company H, he was captured by the Confederates and confined in Libby Prison, where he died of sickness, his death occurring prior to the birth of his son, Samuel. The mother of Crumbine died in Pennsylvania in 1902, aged 62 years. At the age of 21, Crumbine entered the Cincinnati College of Medicine and Surgery, where he worked his way through and graduated in 1888. Upon receiving his diploma, he moved to Kansas and engaged in the practice of his profession at Dodge City. While there, he was appointed to the State Board of Health by Gov. W.E. Stanley. Then on September 1, 1911, he assumed the duties of Dean of the School of Medicine of the University of Kansas. Dr. Crumbine was married September 17, 1890, his 28th birthday, to Miss Catherine Searcher of Cincinnati, Ohio. They had two children, Warren, born January 29, 1892, and Violet, born March 5, 1896. Life in Dodge City. Dr. Crumbine began his medical practice in rip-roaring and tamed Dodge City during its heyday, the late 1880s and early 1890s. Fresh from medical school in 1885, he was taken on a tour of the saloons in the unsavory South Side. "I heard peals of laughter," he related in later days, staccato calls of the floor manager, occasional whoops of cowboys, and constant shuffling of heavy boots. At one end of the hall was a bar, doing a rushing business. At the other, on a small platform, was an orchestra, fiddle, guitar and banjo. The women were house entertainers, servants or demi-mondes. Dr. Crumbine was the model for Doc Adams on the long-running TV show Gunsmoke. The legendary lawmen of Dodge City, Wyatt Earp, Bat Masterson, Luke Short and Bill Tillman, were his contemporaries. On one occasion, he saw Tillman through a severe siege of pneumonia. The lawman became one of the few to live to a ripe old age. Life after Dodge City. He moved to Topeka to become secretary of the Kansas Board of Health and eventually became nationally known for his work with the U.S. Public Health Service. He is the inventor of the fly swatter, an improvement on the earlier fly bat produced by Frank H. Rose. In 1905, he titled one of his fly bulletins, which warned of fly-borne diseases, "Swat the Fly," after a chant he heard at a ball game. Crumbine took an invention known as the fly bat, a screen attached to a yardstick, and renamed it the fly swatter, which became the generic term we use today. He died in New York City in 1954. Family. Dr. Crumbine had two children, Violet and Warren, both of whom were born in Dodge City, Kansas. Violet had one child, Carolyn, who never married and died New York City. Warren married Beulah Searle in Geneva, Ohio in 1915. Warren, who died of pneumonia in Shanghai at the age of 24, had one child born after his death also named Warren. The younger Warren, an orphan from age 2, married Marion Thomas in 1937 and died in New Hampshire at the age of 76. They had 4 children. Peter, Dennis, Nancy, and Katie. As of July 2015, Dr. Crumbine had 20 direct and living descendants. Peter was raised in Shaker Heights, Ohio, and educated at Dartmouth College and Stanford University. He married Beatrice Jordan on August 29, 1964 in Woodside, California, and they have 3 children. Dennis was born in Santa Rosa, CA, and is a user experience architect. Wendy was born in the Philippines and is owner of Western College Prep. David was born in London and is a teacher and assistant principal at KIPP Academy in Houston. Bea and Peter have 5 children. Peter's business career included 18 years with Mobil Oil, Navios Corporation, Citibank, and RBS Emperor Commodities. He was elected to 5 terms as selectman of the town of Greenwich. Bea, an opera singer, was educated at Mills College and New York University, and is currently ambassador at large for the town of Greenwich. Dennis grew up in Shaker Heights, Ohio. He graduated from Shaker Heights High School, Dartmouth College, and Stanford Business School. He worked for Procter & Gamble in Cincinnati, Ohio, Pepsi-Cola in NYC and Purchase NY, and the Perrier Group in Greenwich. He was one of the founders of the Perrier Group, which imported Perrier into the U.S. and started the bottled water phenomenon in the U.S. Dennis and Maureen DiBuono were married on March 20, 1976 in New Rochelle, New York. They have 1 son, Jeffrey, born March 17, 1978 in Greenwich Court. He graduated from Brunswick School in Greenwich, Georgetown Univ, and Fordham Business School. He is a firefighter in Greenwich Court, and a real estate agent in Greenwich. He and his wife, Elise DiVincenzo Crumbine, have 1 son, Hunter Dennis Crumbine, born August 1, 2013 in Manhattan. Catherine also grew up in Shaker and then headed out to Colorado to ski and attend the University of Denver. She graduated from the University of Colorado with a degree in fine arts and married Albert J. Galley, Jr., on August 18, 1973. After 4 years of teaching art, along with teaching shop music and home arts, she took 7 years off to raise the 2 children, Christine and Elizabeth. Katie taught pottery classes in the evenings during those 7 years and then returned to teaching art. During her 41 years of teaching, she switched from art to math and taught math at high school and community college levels. She also enjoyed teaching English as a second language. Christine has her BS in civil engineering and an MBA. She married Travis LeBerg and they have 2 children, Copeland and Ravel. Elizabeth has her BS in chemical engineering and her doctorate in pharmacy. She is married to James Kundal. Elizabeth was born on the same day, with mothers in same hospital room, as a descendant of Sanford Silas Searle, the father of Beulah Searle. Nancy, to be added. Legacy. The Crumbine Award is given in his honor. Publications: Frontier Doctor, the autobiography of a pioneer on the frontier of public health.